I've got video on the stream. Can I get a mic check? Hey Ty, what time are you looking for Okay, I can hit you at the 44. Starting intro now. $20 to go. $10, 5, 3, 2, 1, go. You're clear. $30.
Hey,
10.
when we come back, let us know if the audio is back on. I changed some settings.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back live to Lovington, the Battle of Lee County, as the Hobbs Eagles take on the Lovington Wildcats. And National Anthem starting here. We'll take another quick break here on Cool 95.7.
You're clear.
90, please.
$30.
Did the audio come back up on that last set?
Yes. 15. 10. 5, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back here to Lovington Stadium. Wildcats hosting your Hobbs Eagles tonight for the Battle of Lee County. Ty Friend, Coach Brian Coltrane with you as The national anthem just wrapped up here, and sorry to those listening on the YouTube feed. Audio was off there for just a few minutes on a technical difficulty, but we were talking about everything about this game and all the important stats, etc. But the one thing we did mention, too, was the overall record with these two teams. Hobbs, 53 wins, 28 losses. There was a string in time where the Eagles had 7 wins in a row from 2012 to 2018. Lovington won 2 games after that, 19 and 21. They didn't play in 20, but then Hobbs last year 46-0. But Lovington lost a lot of players. Now they got the 2 sophomores in the backfield. And, again, I don't know, it's kind of hard to rebuild after that type of situation. Of course, Coach Gonzalez had a few injuries, too. He's been trying to fill some holes, so that doesn't help him matter as much against a team that's 3-0 and now number 4 in the Max Preps pool in the state.
Yeah, and you know, that's the way things are dealt sometimes, you know. I can remember a team from Coach Stevens and Eunice that started 0-5 and ended up winning the state. So, you know, Lovington hasn't cashed it in yet. They're going to try to get healthy, get these bodies back on the field and start working on it.
Well, of course, the Eagles knocked off Clovis 46-7, Artesia 69-48, Roswell 51-7. Coach, they've outscored their opponents 166-62 so far.
That's just amazing. I watched a little bit more of that Clovis film and just seeing that offense come together every week. It seemed to be getting better and better and more dangerous. And they add more wrinkles. And it was nice to see that the kicking game was a little stronger last week with Chacombe, but he's at a soccer tournament, so we're going to have a new kicker tonight. We're not exactly sure if Van Landingham's going to get it or if we're going to have somebody else come in there. We will figure that out real soon. Wildcats
season so far, lost to Roswell to start it off, 69-29, lost to Seminole, Texas, 46-6. And Santa Teresa last week, 52-39. Wildcats have been outscored 74-167, but some pretty tough opponents. Roswell, bigger division school. Seminole, of course, from Texas, always tough. And Santa Teresa also a step up in division.
Yeah, they load up. You know, after a season where you win state, you know, you feel like you can take on anybody, so you don't mind playing those kind of people. But when you have a few injuries and things kind of not going your way, then that becomes a tough schedule.
Blue will be kicking off for Lovington from their 40. Hobbs in the white uniforms and the gold numbers. All blue for Lovington, kind of blending in with that field, which I think has always been kind of an advantage. And when you're the same color as the turf, it's kind of hard to read sometimes, especially on defense, and see where the ball is and who's got it, whether it's down, out, or what the heck's going on there. But it's one of the only schools that has the opportunity to have the colored turf in the state of New Mexico, and then also in the country as well. Boise State was the one that got it going for the college ranks a few years back. They're playing UNM tonight, by the way. Here comes the kick on the ground. Going to take a roll to the 30, scooped up to the 35, and drilled down quickly. So a couple-yard return on the play. Not much on that one, as that was for the Hobbs Eagles on the return. Hector Armendariz gets it for a couple yards. Eagles will start 1st and 10 from their own 34-yard line. We got those lemon numbers again that we always have fun calling from way up here in the booth.
Yeah, that is true. It makes it difficult. You know, Lovington fans got really excited about that hit over there with good field position to start for the Eagles. I mean, we're at the 37.
Yeah, they did move it up a couple of yards from the original spot. Trips left, receiver right. All 3 receivers on the left side still looking at their wristbands as getting ready for the shotgun is Argot. Baez goes in motion to left side. He'll get the screen pass, turns and gets it with the fingertips. 35 near side, 40, 45. There's a flag. Looks like either a hold or a block in the back. He falls forward to the 50 into Lovington territory. But I think this is going to come back, a flag about the 43. It would have been an 11 or 12-yard pickup, make it 13, but I don't think that's going to be what it's going to be the final on that one there,
yeah,
Coach.
It's coming back because, you know, one of the receivers got out there and was getting really good into the block. The defender tried to get off the block. Actually,
oh, no, wait. Lovington. Whoa, I would very questionable on that one. I thought for sure the Eagles are going to get pegged with that. That's a 13-yard pickup for Diego Baeza coming out of the backfield.
Okay, you're going to have to explain that one to me. They're fixing it. Here we go. They're fixing it.
Oh, he's changing it. Oh, boy, what a big difference. And that was right in front of the Lovington Wildcat bench. They pointed against the blue squad. And now
Coach went out there screaming and yelling. He goes, oh, you're right. I'm pointing the other way.
So that's going to be the holding penalty. It's going to back him up to the actually illegal block to the 33. So pretty much negates the whole pass play. And that'll be a 10-yard penalty for the Eagles, unfortunately. Shotgun for Argot, back of the 34. He's going to roll right back to the 25, throws the out route, and throws it in the turf near the first down marker. It kind of bounces off the knees of his intended receiver on that far sideline. That was Caden Trevino. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 14 for the Eagles after that penalty.
And Trevino had found the soft spot in the defense. He was open. The ball just didn't quite get there. And it happens sometimes. Quarterback rolling out, firing on the run. First throw of the game going deep like that. Sometimes you miss.
He had no pressure coming at him, though. Plenty of time to roll out on that right side.
Yeah, he could have parked an RV there and stayed for the night.
2nd down and 14. As Eagles deciding if they want to go into a huddle or not. They're looking at those armbands again. The referees reset the ball for some reason. It's on the left hash now. They'll send one receiver in motion left to right. And that will be C.J. Romero now on the trips right. Receiver left for the Eagles. Shotgun through Argott's hands. Going to roll back to the 22. Diving for it sideways. Able to pick it up. Then he tries to get up. That wasn't a good decision there. Should have stayed down. But he's going to go back even further the 20-yard line. So Eagle misfiring on a penalty and now a fumble. And not the way you want to start a ball game on the road.
And I tell you what, this goes into that confidence factor right there. Where you're coming in, they hadn't won a game, we've won all of ours, and you kind of come out sloppy. And this is where, as a coach, I start chewing somebody's butt. I go absolutely ape at this point in the game because you don't want to keep doing that.
Minus 13 on the bad snaps. 3rd down and 22 for the Eagles back at their own 20-yard line. Shotgun, 2-step drop for Argott. He'll flood it down the middle, wide open and backpedaling. Lost the ball, though. Didn't have his hands right where he wanted him at the 40. Could not come up with it for the Eagles. That was Baeza and fell on his butt at the 40. Good effort there to try to turn his shoulders around to make the catch, but he was backpedaling. Had nobody on him, though. He was wide open, Coach. That was kind of a lofted pass down the middle.
Oh, yeah. He was running backwards, though. That's what made it hard, is that he was trying to take big steps backwards and accelerate, and the ball was up high above his shoulders. Looks like Van Landingham back there to punt.
Yep, definitely he's the guy. He's been dealing with that sore hand and been swelled up for a couple of weeks. He's back at his own 5-yard line. Still 0-0, 10:54 left, first quarter. Man in motion from right to left. And now they've got 2 receivers on the left side. Van Landingham will punt it from the 10. A wobbler, but it's a big high one. Bounces. No, it comes off the receiver's hands at the 38. He fumbles the football. Loose at the 36. The Eagles might have recovered this one. Waiting for the official signal. The big pile up on the football at the Lovington 35. And the Wildcats somehow come back up with it. As coming off the bottom of the pile, the man that hit off his hand. That's Cadence Moore. And that will be Wildcat football. They dodge a bullet there, Coach.
Yeah, they did. That one was on the turf. And everybody was scrumming for it, but he was able to cover it up with his body.
36-yard line is where the Wildcats will have it on the right hash. No score yet. First possession for the blue and white, the home team. Trying to get their first win of the season, sitting at 0-3. Your Eagles at 3-0. They'll send a receiver to the far left side, and that is Anson Marquez. Got a bunch of guys in the backfield, and there goes Aranda. Hand it off around the right end to the 40. 45 and a spin out of bounds. And that'll pick up about 9 yards for Lovington as the handoff going to Matthew Garcia. And they will give him 9 yards on the play.
And I'm at that point where as a coach, I've been a part of this before. I'm about to call a timeout. I'm about to just whip them into shape because we're out there just kind of lollygagging a little bit. We're bringing our A game.
2nd down and less than a yard to go. Lovington at the 45-yard line on their side, right hash. They need to get, looks like, half a yard. A lot of time delay here in the huddle as talking to his troops is Aranda. Finally breaks the huddle. The field clock down to 6 seconds. They just barely get up the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to hurry down to 3, 2, 1. And no snap yet. Finally get at the 1 second mark. Hand up the middle. Getting a gap and diving across the 50 into Hobbs territory for the Wildcats. Kamon Ochoa, that's the sophomore that started last week, and will move the chains.
And that offensive line from Lovington got a huge push against the defensive line.
And Garcia's going to get 8 on that one. Or excuse me, Ochoa 8. That's his first carry of the ball game. Will be the first down for the Wildcats at the Hobbs Eagle 48-yard line on the right hash. And you can see a couple of the defenders for the Hobbs Eagles up front slamming their own helmets, their chest. They're angry.
That's a big O. Big Oliver Hill just came into the game, and I think he's ready. I think he didn't like what he saw.
Yeah, he's the one that slammed those fists right on his chest, and he's ready to play some football. Oliver Hill, 5'9", but 315 pounds, Coach. He is a wall. 1st and 10 for the 48. Shotgun to Aranda. Handoff up the middle again. And still doing the same thing. Just chugging forward. Kamon Ochoa as he piles into the Hobbs Eagle territory even further down to the 44-yard line. And that will be another 5 yards.
He got 4 yards, but they didn't get the push that they got. Oliver Hill did a good job standing up the center. Took on the double team. They were able to get to one linebacker, but not the second one. But he did drag that linebacker for 4 yards.
Second carry now for Ochoa. He's got 12 total, 6 a pop. Second down and 6 now for the Wildcats at the Eagle 44-yard line. 8:38 left, first quarter, still scoreless. One possession for the Eagles ended up in a punt, and this is the first for the Wildcats. They send one receiver to the far left, and that is Marquez. And they have everybody bunched up in the backfield. They'll pitch right, and it looks like a formation issue. No, going to call an offside penalty, appears, or somebody in the neutral zone. They haven't pointed which direction yet. Here on the near right sideline, the line judge making the call here. So wait to see which way they're going to point on this one.
Yeah, I'm not sure they got that right because the snap wasn't directly to the quarterback. I think they think we jumped off sides on the outside, but that snap was really slow, and I think that's what caused it.
They got the offside penalty on the Eagles. That's their second penalty, 15 yards total so far. Moves it up to the 39-yard line. That'll make it a second down and 1, kind of the same situation they had just minutes ago. As the referee restarts the clock here. And that's what Coach Gonzalez does. He likes, I saw him in the JV game last night doing the same thing. He likes his quarterback to come to the sideline to get the call, so Aranda has to get himself in shape to be able to get out there and huff and puff back and forth. Second and short now from the 39 of the Eagles. Wildcat waiting for the shotgun is Aranda. He'll pitch it to the left side and getting ripped down from behind, pulled from the hip down. Kamon Ochoa, he's going to go down in the backfield.
Great job there by the linebacking core, Singleton getting through the line. And they actually hit him about the time the ball got there. Loss of 2.
Yeah, 2-yard loss for their primary back now, Ochoa. That's his third carry, first negative one now with 10 yards total. And that backs it up to the 41 of the Eagles and brings up a third down and about 3, just shy of 3, inside the 41-yard line. 7:28 left, first quarter. Again, another back for Aranda. So he'll talk to his huddle. Eagle just waiting to set up here to get that defense going, trying to get themselves a turnover. They have 3 on the front line for the Hobbs Eagle D. Now they're going to bunch up on the line as well. Back to pass, Aranda, 3-step drop into the shotgun. He's going to take it himself to the 40, left side, 35, gets the first down, and a couple extra to go along with it. He needed to get 3, and he's going to finish up, it looks like about 6 total on that one.
Yeah, they pick up the first down there. They were able to move the ball to the outside on the quarterback scramble. He paid for it, though. They lifted him up and gave him a good body slam, little WWE action there.
Yeah, he did play last year for the Wildcats in the 46-0 loss to the Eagles, so he's had some experience out there. Aranda passed for 86 yards and rushed for 15 in that ball game. And that will be the second first down for the Wildcats. As they're starting to knock on the door on the Eagles at the 20, make it the 34 of Hobbs on the left hash.
Yeah, the Eagle defense now looking at with their backs against the wall. They're going to have to do something here.
First and 10 for the Wildcats. Aranda with the shotgun, single setback, twins left and right, handoff up the gut, trying to cut it back out right, getting drugged down on the line of scrimmage. Might have even lost a yard, Ochoa. So the sophomore getting some early handoffs here. He did play last week, 183 yards against Santa Teresa. I think he just got lucky to get back to line of scrimmage on that one.
Yeah, good job by the defense there. Forced a third and long situation. Defense finally starting to tighten the bolts, and this may be a little change in momentum.
What about those Rams last night? What happened to them on that first game of the NFL season?
I think that's what they call a loss.
I also saw a lot of media calling them the Lambs, L-A-M-S, after that game. So.
Well, I do know a lot of Lambs faithful, and they weren't very happy, that's for sure.
Actually,
Buffalo's the real deal, though.
Actually put an E in there, Lames. Second down and 10 now from the 34. Shotgun Aranda by himself in the backfield. 3-step drop, pops up in the pocket, rolls right, throws it to the right, out route to the 30, 25, to the 20, break and tackle, spitting, and finally knocked out of bounds. Boy, he took a lot of hits on that one. And that's going to be, looks like 13 yards on the connection to Garcia.
And just when they thought they had the bolts tightened, looks like it came out unscrewed there a little bit. There was nobody out there covering that man.
That's 1 for 1 in passing now for Aranda, hooking up with Garcia as he got out of bounds and stopped the clock. 5:38 left here in the first quarter. 3 first downs so far for the Wildcats. As that was, again, their first pass play of the game. Now at the Hobbs Eagle 20-yard line on the right hash. And, boy, both the offense and defense look a little bit murky so far for the Eagles, Coach.
Yep, they're coming out a little bit flat.
Aranda will take a shotgun. Has a man on his right shoulder. Twins left and right. Handoff. Getting around one defender, spinning, going to the 15-yard line and continuing to move forward as Weiser seeing his first chance to run the football. It's Weiser now with Looks like going to give him 6 on his first carry of the ball game.
And they actually had a good play call on the defensive side there. They were in the backfield. They actually hit him as the ball was being handed off. They just didn't come down with the tackle.
He's normally a wide receiver, but coach, another sophomore on this team, and they're all about the same size, 5'8", 5'9". So that's pretty nice. They can have some guys in the next couple of years get some experience.
Yep, absolutely. And they're not just getting experience; they are the man at this point.
Already they've had 4 guys carrying the football. Ochoa 4 times and 1 apiece for Garcia, Aranda, and Weezer. 2nd down and 4 now from the Hobbs Eagle 15-yard line on the right hash. Aranda will stay in the backfield with the shotgun, double slot right. He's going to roll right with the ball to the 20, wait for somebody to get open. Goes to the sideline, tosses to the back of the end zone, right corner. It's incomplete, overthrown. Kind of shot putted it out there, intended for Garcia, and had a split second to react to it, but the ball thrown to his right and a little bit too hard.
And then coming on hard was Isaac Flanagan. If that ball had arrived on time, Flanagan would have had a good beat on it, maybe even an interception.
Yeah, that would have been a perfect one, too, on that back line to stop a potential scoring drive here. 4:40 left in the first quarter, and Lovington's starting to run some time, although some of those incomplete passes have stopped it.
Yep, they've had the ball pretty much most of the quarter. I mean, we went 3 and out, so.
1 for 2 in the passing game for the Wildcats for 13 yards, a total of 31 on the ground on 7 carries. A little bit over 4 per carry on the yardage. That's going to bring a 3rd down and 4 now for the Wildcats at the Eagle 15. Round in the shotgun, brings a man in motion from right to left to receiver. He's going to run right, go the option. The pitch is in the backfield. It's loose. It's rolled to the near sideline. Out at the 21. Did the Eagles get possession? No, they didn't. Good effort to get out there to try to wrap it up, though, for Hobbs. And I think that was Hawkes. I think that was, is that Jeremiah Hawkes on the left cornerback?
No. That looked like number 12, Bryson Avila, was out there. And Avila was the one that was able to get there and almost get his paws on it.
Yeah, I didn't see that number 1, that nice lemon number 1 in front of the 2 there. Hawkes, of course, number 2 on the offensive side there.
Yeah,
but
that blends together. But I believe Hawkes did play a little bit of corner last year.
So that's going to be a, 8-yard loss on the play. They had a 4th and 4. Now it's going to be a 4th and 11, so make it 7. And now it's going to bring a big decision here for Coach Gonzalez, what he wants to do. He's got a couple of slots on the right side. Shotgun Aranda by himself, back at the 31. He's going to nail it down the middle on the pass. At the goal line, the catch is made. And a touchdown for the Wildcats. Boy, they think they're going to have a chance to get this Hobbs Eagle team, and they're starting to show something here in this first quarter action.
And that was the running back, Ochoa, that was carrying the ball earlier. He's the one that kind of snuck in between the safeties and parked.
So Kimona Ochoa, 21-yard touchdown reception, and already on the board, the Wildcats on their home blue turf.
And I tell you what, they're feeling it right now. I mean, they're thinking that their mojo is back. So let's see if they can sustain it for 4 quarters.
4:24 left, 6-0 your score here in the first quarter. As we await the PAT, like they will be kicking it. As we're waiting for a long snap here, everybody off sides. Let's see if they were drawn off or not for the Wildcats. Check this one out here.
Looks like time expired.
Whitecap pulled his flag out, and they're going to call offsides against the Eagles, which doesn't really help a PAT, at least on the kicking game. It's probably something the kicker doesn't want, how to use his foot a little bit differently with the upright kick.
They accepted it.
Yeah, they'll go to the 1.5-yard line, half the distance. So one more opportunity here for the Wildcats. The kicker for the blue and white, I think it's number 6. I don't see him on the roster right now.
Well, right now, it doesn't even look like they're lining up for a kick. They're kind of standing there waiting for coaches to say something.
Yeah, their holder pulled out, and he's standing up now looking to the sideline. Ashton Aranda, the quarterback.
And the coaches are all down on the 10-yard line, way past the coaching box.
No, they're allowing that this year. They extended it to the 10. Here's the snap. Kick is up, and the kick has been blocked, and that will be no good. Again, the kicker for Lovington is listed, I believe, at looks like number 6. We don't have him on our roster at this point, so we'll try to find out who that is. But PAT no good. Blocked by the Eagles on the front line, right in the pile. 4:24 left in the first, so the Wildcats sitting at 0-3 this season, but have a big lead, 6-0 over the Hobbs Eagles. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
You're clear. $15. 5, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back to Lovington. And it's 6-0. Lovington's up on the Hobbs Eagles. But here's the voice of the Eagles, Ty Friend.
As we watch Horizon, nice full moon out tonight, and it's not working very well for the Hobbs Eagles, who trailed that 6-0. Missed PAT for the Wildcats after a 21-yard pass from Aranda to Ochoa. And the Wildcats are 2 for 3 in the passing game for 34 yards and 3 first downs on that series. Of course, the Eagles had to punt on their first series and had a chance to get the recovery on the punt return where Lovington was able to come up with it the last second skirmish on the pile, and that moved it all the way down the field for about 70 yards to score.
I'm waiting to see if they surprise us here. They haven't broken. I wouldn't be surprised if they do an onside kick or something trickery to see if they can get the ball back and try to get that momentum just rolling on their side.
Yeah, I guarantee you Coach Stevens is not liking the mindset he's seeing so far from his Eagles. They'll keep it low. It's caught on the run at the 35 near left sideline and trying to skitter around a couple of defenders and just getting about a 2-yard return. That's about it for the Eagles on this near left sideline. And that was the return man for Hobbs, Bryson Avila. As the Eagles will have pretty decent field position here. They mark it at the 42-yard line, but they got to get themselves juked up and ready to go here because they trail by a touchdown.
I'm just not a fan of these squib kicks. You're just giving people too much field position, and it's almost as if you're doing it and saying, "No, we don't think we can cover you." I don't know.
Eagles 0 for 2 in the passing game so far. Trips right, receiver left. Shotgun for Argot. He'll turn and fire the comeback screen. Caught at the 40. No, it goes through the legs. Is that a backward pass now? They're going to say no, it had forward momentum on it. Drop between the legs, but there's a flag halfway through the pass play. That was intended for Caden Trevino. Might have heard some footsteps that time.
Yeah,
Ball was thrown kind of low, though, on the screen.
If he heard footsteps, he's got great hearing. There wasn't anybody within 10 yards of him.
Well, he was thinking about it, though. He didn't know where that defender was that time. You could tell. They got a holding penalty against the Eagles, and where the field position is, I think you got to take the penalty. If it was back further, you might want to burn the down there with an incomplete pass, but they'll take the 10, does Coach Gonzalez. Already 3 penalties for the Eagles for 25 yards, 0 for the Wildcats, Coach, and that just kind of adds on the mentality we're seeing lackluster start for Hobbs on the road.
Yeah, it just has not been a game where we've clicked, and I think there's a lesson to be learned here, and we're going to have to kick it in gear pretty quick, or that lesson's going to be a really hard one.
At the 30. Referee had it at the 34, moves it back to the 32 now. So it'll be a 1st and 20 for the Eagles, trailing 6-0 on the left hash in their side of the field. Trips right, receiver left. Argot in the shotgun with Baeza. High snap. Delay handoff. No, take it. Argot the right. He faked it to the left. Stutter step to the 35, 40, 45, and is thrown ahead for some more yards. So gets the penalty yardage that he had taken away just minutes ago. He's getting 17 on that carry.
Yeah, Argot did a great job of just reading the holes. He started moving his feet and dancing. He got in behind the linemen and let the linemen do their job. He didn't just run up on them and try to pass them. He let them get their blocks before he accelerated 17 yards right there.
Yeah, they threw him ahead for a couple extra there at the end. 2nd down and 3 now for the Eagles at their own 49-yard line. Argot will take trips right, fakes a handoff, turns and fires a fade route to the far right sideline. Over the shoulder, caught at the 19, 10, 5, and a touchdown. So the Hobbs Eagles in business. That'll be a 51-yarder for Hobbs.
Caden Trevino on the reception there, and there wasn't anybody near him. Lovington tried to keep up with him, but he accelerated just right away from him.
Yeah, he had about an 8-yard gap by the time the ball was in the air. So 51-yard touchdown reception for Trevino from Argot. It's tied up. Now that extra point might be a critical one in this ball game. Eagles are going to try to take a lead here.
Nathan Almanzo doing the kicking duties here for the Eagles.
As, of course, Van Landingham was a kicker to start the season for a couple of games till he got hurt. Here's the snap. Kick is up, and it is good. So Eagles back up now 7-6 in the first quarter with 3:30 remaining here in Wildcat Stadium in Lovington. We'll take a 60-second break and come back live on Cool 95.7, HobbsAmerica.com, and on YouTube on the Hobbs Sports page.
You're clear. $30. 15. 5, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hobbs Eagles getting ready to kick off after a 51-yard pass reception. Trevino, his fourth TD on the receiving game for the season. Onside kick to the far left sideline, covered up at the 40-yard line for the Wildcats. So Coach Stevens trying to catch the Wildcats off guard, but they end up coming up with the football, and they will have good field position to start again. Anson Marquez recovered the receiver for the blue and white.
And that was Nathan Almanza on that onside kick. It actually was a very good-looking onside kick. It had an opportunity, and probably one of the better ones I've seen in a while. I was really impressed with how you got that secondary bounce when it come to the guy, but it was well handled by Lovington.
We mentioned Trevino's 4th touchdown reception of the season, and that was number 12 for Argot, the quarterback. As the Wildcats break their huddle, they trail 7-6 from their own 40 at the left hash. They'll send one receiver near side right and bunched up receivers on the left side. Shotgun. Aragon's going to hand up the middle. Not anything tricky there, trying to get in the middle gap, the A gap there, but gets back to line of scrimmage. I'm not sure how much forward momentum they're going to give him on this progress here, as the ball carrier is number 24, Kamon Ochoa once again, and looks like give him about a half a yard on the play.
And Cassius Martinez, number 52, was standing solid there for the defensive line for Hobbs, and he just ran into that wall.
11 yards so far for Ochoa on 5 carries. As once again the jog to the sideline for the quarterback is Aranda, and he's got to be in shape to do what he's been doing, back and forth to get the play call from Coach Gonzalez. And that'll be a 2nd down and 9 for the Wildcats at their own 41 on the left hash once again. Eagles going to put 4 in the front box now, going to jam it up a little bit more than normal. Shotgun Aragon going to head left, tucks the football, heads to the far left sideline in front of the Hobbs Eagle bench, but meets a big wall of black and gold and the white uniforms, and he's run out towards the sideline, and he's going to be in the backfield for a loss.
I tell you, Ty, I think the defense just kind of tightened things up, and they're blowing off the ball now because you're seeing a much different dynamic this series.
Boy, they only gave him a yard loss on that one. He was kind of jogging back. I didn't see much forward progress, so -1 that time for Aragon, and Aranda, excuse me. That'll be his 2nd carry for 5 yards. 3rd down and 11 at the 39-yard line. Clock down to 2:05 left, 2nd quarter, and Hobbs up 7-6. 51-yard touchdown to Trevino to get the lead after they surrendered 6 points off a 21-yard pass to Ochoa for the Wildcat offense. Trips right, 2 receivers left for the blue and white. 3rd down and 11 from the 39. Shotgun. Aranda back to pass, 3-step drop. He's going to fire a fade route to the far sideline. Almost picked off in front of the Hobbs Eagle bench at midfield. And, boy, just tasting a possibility of an INT that time.
That was Isaiah Jackson coming hard. He'd backed off and gave him a couple of feet. And when the receiver made that cut, Jackson just turned and wheeled it, and he almost had his hands on it for a pick 6.
Ronda 2 for 4 now for 34 yards. And now a 4th down and 11 for the Wildcats. Definitely going to be a punt situation here, you'd expect, from the 39. Coach Gonzalez appears to have a punter back there. We'll see if they decide to go with that. And that back for the Wildcats is Aranda, the quarterback. Trips right, 2 receivers left. He's back at his own 33. He's going to run to the right. He wants to fake it. He's got 3 chasing him in the near backfield. Throws it down the middle of the field, almost intercepted at the 50-yard line. And, boy, just tasted another INT, possibly a pick 6 that time for the Hobbs Eagle defense. That was Hector Armendariz, but kind of smart because if he had been tackled, it would have been less yards than what he would have had if the ball was incomplete. They would have had it back at the 39.
And Armendariz sniffed that whole thing out because he was sitting back there as the punt returner, and you could see him start counting people, and they must have watched enough game film to know something about how they line up when they fake. Armendariz came running up right before the play started and got in position for a safety position to play defense. So real smart play there by the senior.
Turnover on downs of the Wildcats. Eagles having Wildcat territory at the 39 in the right hash, 1st and 10. Waiting for the shotgun is Argon. A high snap again. Comes down with it, the 45. Heads right. He's going to throw it down the far sideline over the shoulder, but just gets through the fingertips at near the goal line to the far right sideline. Incomplete. Talk about a close one there, and just barely getting past Hawkes. And possibly that might have been Van Landingham. Let me double check.
That is Hawkes out there. And Hawkes had about 3 steps on him. He was accelerating out. Ball was just on the edge of his fingertips, probably about an inch too far. Hawkins did the best he could, just couldn't reel it in.
Coach, Hobbs showing some speed in the receiving core, getting past their cornerbacks pretty easily so far.
Yeah, I think Hobbs has got 4 really good, quick receivers.
2nd down and 10 from the 39. Going to go with the fake handoff. Argot faked left, goes right, spins at 35, right hash. And the trail continues to backpedal, then spins again and falls forward and continues to get the big yardage there. As that will be, he would have gone down after about a 3-yard pickup, and they're going to mark it as a gain of 5 on the play.
What's funny is they didn't mark it where they put him down. I think they blew the whistle about a yard short of that because they marked him all the way on the 34.
Eagles got to get 5 on this one. That's Argot's 3rd carry for 9 yards total, although he had a -13 on a bad snap earlier. And, of course, the QB gets hit with those negative stats. Clock down to 50 seconds left first quarter. Hobbs up 7-6 over Lovington. Twins left and a pair of receivers right. Argot takes a shotgun, 1-step drop, bouncing around. Goes with the post route, but overthrows his receiver. Again, near about the 3-yard line on the right side. And getting by his defender once again was Hawkes, but unfortunately lofted a little bit too much.
And Argot knows it on that one. He kind of put his hands on his knees and shook his head. He knew that he had that one. And that was a wide open receiver, and all you had to do was just kind of guide it in there. And it was almost as if he was too open. Sometimes that happens. It's almost too easy, and you get rid of it because you see it too soon.
Correction, that was Armendariz, the man on the receiving core that time. And now the Eagles facing a 4th down and 5 from the 34-yard line. Twins left, receiver right. Argot back in shotgun with Baeza. He'll give the handoff up the middle, breaking a tackle, 30, 25, near sideline, 20, a couple to beat, 15, 10, tries to put his helmet down and runs over another for the touchdown. He had his helmet down at the 5 and went one-on-one to the final blue defender to try to get in front of him, but that's all she wrote for him as he went through Angel Gonzalez, the cornerback, and a 41-yard play for the Hobbs Eagles.
And Diego Baeza was not going to be denied. He saw that about the 7-yard line. He saw that his path was cut off. And he just lowered his shoulder, and he just drug that cornerback into the end zone. Cornerback didn't even have any grip on him at all.
Actually, a 34-yarder on the play for the touchdown. First rushing TD for the Eagles in this one. Here comes the kick. This one's going to be shanked off to the left. No, it barely gets it through the left upright. I thought it looked like it went left on the pole that time, but it does go up and good. 26 seconds left, first quarter. Your Eagles extend the lead to 8, 14-6 over the Wildcats. We'll take a 30-second break and come back on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
You're clear. Ten. 5, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back to Brian Urlacher Field in beautiful Lovington, New Mexico. 14-6, your Eagles lead Lovington. And here's the voice of the Eagles, Ty Friend.
So Hobbs getting 2 touchdowns and regained the lead. 51 pass to Trevino, 34 run for Baeza, 14-6 your score. So the turnaround has come for the black and gold on the visiting turf, the blue turf here in Lovington. Eagles, of course, next week have homecoming at Watson Stadium against Rio Rancho, one of the top teams in the state. As we get ready for the kickoff now from the 40-yard line. Kick will be kept on the ground, takes a one-hopper, caught at the 35, 40 up the middle, and brought back to the 46-yard line. Some great field position for the Wildcats. As that just kind of skidded across the turf and went high into the air. And not really a pop-up kick. Those are illegal because the ball hit the turf, and you're not supposed to have a one bouncer and up, but it didn't go high enough to be a pop-up kick, which would have been a penalty against Hobbs.
Yeah, it went too far, really. And you know, those are the kind of kicks that they're great if you get them. If you don't get them, you're giving them good field position.
They will have it. They're going to mark it at the 44-yard line instead. That'll be Wildcat football on their side midfield as we have 20 seconds left in the opening quarter and 20 points on the scoreboard total so far. Of course, last year the Eagles winning 46-0 here, or actually at Watson Stadium, their 3rd game in a row at home against the Wildcats. Trips right, receiver left, as Aranda waits for the shotgun. Delay handoff, gets it caught in the gut of his running back, who's met in the backfield by a whole host of Hobbs Eagles. That was Ochoa, not much going on there, and it looked like just getting his arm wrapped around the waist that time as Aranda didn't have a lot of good chance to get the hand out of there quick enough.
Yeah, and a couple of Eagles on that play. Number 56, DeAndre Haynes, and also Singleton coming in hard.
That'll be the last play of the first quarter, -1 for Ochoa. So we head to the second. The Eagles kind of trembling to start this game, but they get themselves back in order. Lead Lovington 14-6 at the end of one. We'll come back in 60 seconds live on Cool 95.7, HobbsAmerica.com, and YouTube on the Hobbs Sports page.
You're clear. You still want 60, Ty?
Yep.
Okay. $30. $15. Three, two, one, go.
Wildcats break the huddle as we get ready for the second quarter. They only have 30 yards on the ground in the ball game and a total of 34 in the air. 2nd and 11 from their own 44. Trail the Eagles 14-6. Low snap. Around a back to pass. 3-step drop. Throws it in the left flat. Caught on the 45 on the out route into Hobbs Eagle territory. That will be an 11, making a 12-yard gain. As getting the catch for the Wildcats, Anson Marquez, his first one.
Yeah, Finnegan on the coverage there was able to push him out of bounds.
That'll be the third catch for 46 yards for the Wildcats. They're 3 of 6 in the passing game, and the fourth first down. Got out of bounds, too, to stop the clock. They'll be at the Eagle 45-yard line on the left hash.
Got a couple of scores coming from around the region. Eunice 21, Hot Springs 0. Jowl up on Dexter 7-0. Both of those first quarter scores, thanks to Tiffany back at the station.
Of course, Tatum will play tomorrow. Afternoon affair there. We'll have that for you as well on the internet. Alan Scott giving the call on that one. First down and 10 from the 45 for the Wildcats in Hobbs Eagle territory. Shotgun rolling right. Aranda wants to throw in the 50-yard line as he goes to the far sideline. A quick throw past the line of scrimmage. That wasn't worth much. Kind of a little fly swatter shot there, a 1-yarder. Let's see if they give him the catch on that one. If it is, it's not worth much.
Yeah, I tell you what, I think it may have been Romero on the coverage over there trying to figure out who was on the opposite side. Actually, now that I can see it closer, it was Isaiah Jackson. Came up hard, and the linebacker was actually covering the receiver. He plowed our linebacker into the receiver, and that receiver took a hard hit.
They're calling that incomplete, too. That was on that far sideline. Of course, a big rollout for Aranda coming from about the middle of the field all the way over to that far right in front of the Hobbs Eagle bench.
Yeah, Singleton was in pursuit there.
So they're 3 of 7 now in the passing game. You never want to have to pass in front of your opponent's sideline that close, too, with all those guys screaming at you. 2nd down and 10 now from the 45 of the Eagles. Wildcat shotgun. 4-step drop back to the 45. Throws an out route low on the turf and trying to come back for it as he knew it was going to drop short. Making the attempt for the catch. Anson Marquez incomplete.
Yep. And it was, again, Finnegan in coverage there. Ball was just put too low.
So 3rd down and 10. But you can see some energy from this blue and white squad. I mean, 0-3 record. They know they played some tough teams to start the season, but I got a feeling by the time district comes around, even though it's going to be tough with Bernalillo, Portales, and Academy, I think they're going to be ready to go. Maybe a little bit bruised with all the bigger division teams, but I think they're going to be in contention at least for a district title.
Yeah, you might be right there. They've got a lot of talent on this team. It's just got to get it together.
And young in the special parts of it. I mean, the backfield, for example, sophomores, all 3 sophomores going on there. 3rd and 10 now from the 45. Shotgun by himself. Aranda, 3-step drop, stutter steps, fires it down the middle. Actually, no, face the right, caught the 15, 10, 5, and touchdown. The Wildcats get a 45-yard. The ball kind of faded at the last second. And coming up with a big catch for 45 yards out for the Wildcats, Angel Gonzalez.
And that was a coverage error right there because it looked like it was an underneath zone, but nobody covered over top. And at that point, he's just wide open. There's nobody in sight.
So 14-12, a 2-point ball game. Will Coach Gonzalez try to tie it up with a 2-point conversion, Coach?
Absolutely. You should go for 2 here.
So the catch made by Gonzalez, Angel Gonzalez, a senior. And a 2-point ball game now. Wildcats scoring to start the game off a 21-yard pass to Ochoa, now a 45-yarder to Gonzalez. They're going to go for two. Twins left and right. Aranda in the backfield with one running back to block. He's going to roll right after a shotgun back at the 15. Kind of hops and throws. No receivers really in the area. That you could throw the ball away now, but on a PAT, two-point conversion there, not much to do with that. You get one chance and out, but this one goes into the turf. No receiver even close in front part of that right end zone.
It looked like Anthony Gomez was the intended target, but he fell down as he was making his cut. And Hobbs was able to get ahead of him because they knew the route, but no doing there.
So 2 missed PATs so far for the Wildcats. They trail Hobbs 14-12, 11:30 left, second quarter. Come back with us on the Hobbs Eagle Network in 30 seconds.
You're clear. $15. $5, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back to the blue turf of Brian Urlacher Field, 14-12, your score, the Eagles lead. Here's the voice of the Eagles, Ty Friend.
Quarterback Ashton Aranda now is 4 of 9 for 91 yards in the air after a 45-yard touchdown reception to Gonzalez. Ochoa, Marquez, and Garcia all getting one catch apiece for the Wildcat offense. 2-point ball game. Missed a kicking PAT and a 2-point conversion there. Trying to tie it up, but could not do it. Been keeping kicks pretty low so far. Both teams have in this game. And the same goes for the Wildcats on this. A little bit of air, but it's caught at the 25 to the 30 on the right hash. Putting on some burners now, 35, 40, and trying to move the pile to the 41-yard line. A bunch of Blues meeting them there. Just kind of using the blockers to try to get up ahead there for the Eagles.
Yeah, it turned into a big old rugby pile. Kind of expect the ball to come out and somebody to kick it.
And for the Eagles returning, that was Justin Black. And so Hobbs will have another good field position. Both teams have had pretty good places to start their drives here in this first and second quarter.
Yeah, they're giving each other good field.
1st and 10 from their own 41 for the Eagles. Twins left and twins right for Hobbs. Going to be Argot in the backfield. He's going to make some switches now as the 2 left receivers going to move in bunched up, and the 1 receiver from the right goes over there to help out on the left side. Going to fake the handoff. Rolling left is Argot. Stretches out 30 for 45 and continues to push forward to the far sideline left near the first down marker. Might have got run out of bounds at midfield to 50. We'll see what they give him on this one. At least 8, make it possibly 9. Yes, Argot gets 9 in front of the Hobbs Eagle bench.
And you know, Argot's one of those guys that does not go down easy. He keeps those legs pumping and keeps pulling the pile. And if you don't get a helmet on him, he's going to end up taking you a couple of yards with him.
He's got 18 yards on 4 carries, 2nd down and 1 now. Eagles try to get their first down. Hard count, almost got the nose guard off sides that time for the Blue squad. Trips right, receiver left. They're going to reset here on an audible. Hobbs checking their wristbands once again. Clock down to 10:34 left in the second. Back to pass, 2-step drop into the shotgun. Steps up in the pocket, runs himself, 45. Flag downfield, 40, 35, far sideline, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, but I think it's coming back. That would have been a 50-yard score for Argot, but there is a flag midway on the run.
I think it may be holding against the defense out there because Argot started to come up into the pocket, and he threw that where one of the Lovington players was bunched up with one of the Hobbs players.
That's going to be a 50-yarder if it stands for the touchdown. Still waiting the official signal here. Happened about the 30-yard line is where the flag threw, about 30 yards into the run, possibly 20 yards. And Hobbs looks pretty excited on that other sideline. I think you're right, Coach. Defensive holding, and that will be a 50-yard touchdown for Argot. So Hobbs has had 2 big scores off the running game, a 50-yarder for Argot and a 34 for Baeza to go back up 20-12.
Other than when we were missing throws in that first drive and we were kind of hurting ourselves, actually first 2 drives, you know, that we've been able to roll after that. So,
boy, a big run for Argot. The Eagles have an 8-point lead, trying to make it 9 with a high snap, and it's fumbled, picked up for the Eagles, and rolling out the throw, a shot put in the end zone, left side, counted for the 2-point conversion on a broken play.
Well, sometimes it's better to be lucky and good. You know, that snap was high, couldn't quite get it down, the kicker stopped, and then you have to all of a sudden make something out of nothing, and that's what they did.
Trying to check the number on that, who rolled into the end zone. That might have been Diego Baeza, I believe, that made the score for the Eagles on the 2-point conversion, but Hobbs digging out of the hole that time. We'll keep it right here at Wildcat Stadium as the Eagles extend the lead to 10, 22-12. But this is a blue and white squad that I've been impressed with, sticking with the Eagles. And, again, 0-3 record. You got to get some motivation somewhere. And how about to get somebody in the Lee County area?
Yeah, you know, it's a game where you know everybody you're playing against, and you played against them for years. They're not intimidated, none the least. They're going to come out and try to play some ball.
So both teams trying to get the pride of Lee County under their belts in this one, as the Hobbs Eagles, we mentioned earlier, have a better record in terms of the wins and losses. 53 wins, 28 losses, a string of 7 winning games against Lovington 2012 to 2018. Lovington prior to that had a 3-game win streak, 2009 to 2011, including a 3 overtime win in 2011. So there have been some close games over the years. A couple years ago, Lovington defeated the Eagles by 3. As we get ready for the kickoff for Hobbs from the 40. Ball's going to take a little spiral action, a short one at the 46-yard line of Lovington. There's a big pile up there.
I think we got a chance at this one. Nope,
it's going to be Lovington football, and it seems like every possession has started past the 40-yard line for both teams. I mean, they've had almost near midfield.
Well, you know, maybe they wanted to play short field football today.
Tit for tat for both coaches so far. Again, score 22-12 in favor of the Eagles over the Wildcats. Lovington take a little bit of time here to get everybody get their breath caught up. The officials are messing with the football right now with the ball boy. Not sure what that was all about, but they're getting it reset now at the 46 on the left hash. Lovington has scored so far off a 21-yard pass and a 45-yard pass for their 2 touchdowns with missed PATs on both. As they break their huddle, come up to the line of scrimmage.
I think it's going to be an interesting series here.
Hobbs will send 4 in the box now. Started the game with 3. Shotgun. Handoff coming up the middle and meeting a wall, then bouncing back for just a second. That's Ochoa, and he'll be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage on that one.
One thing that we've done all night when they've gone to passing downs is we've only brought 3, and we put a lot of people back in coverage. At some point, I think we're going to have to change that philosophy, start bringing the house, start bringing the blitz, forcing the quarterback to have to get rid of it a little bit sooner.
That's the second no-yard gain for Ochoa. He's also had a couple for -1 and -2, so the Eagles have been beating him heavy at the line, although he started the game with an 8-yard rush, but since that, it's kind of gone downhill. Second down and 10 from the Wildcat 46-yard line. They trail Hobbs 22-12. Trips right, receiver left for the blue and white. Aragon or Ronda waiting for the shotgun. 3-step drop. Stutter steps. Throws the out route to the near side. Intercepted at the Hobbs Eagle 45 on the pickoff. And that's the INT for Bryson Avila.
And Bryson Avila, you know, he's been getting a lot more playing time today than he has the rest of the season, and did a great job reading that and jump in front of that pass.
We mentioned that in the pregame show, Coach. 6 INTs until this game. That's number 7 now for the Wildcat offense on the season. And gives the Eagles back the football as they'll have it at their own 45.
And we've seen Avila and Finnegan kind of switching out over there. I'm wondering if something happened to Ciceros. We haven't seen him.
Lovington now 4 of 10 in the passing game. It's Hobbs Eagle football now at their own 45 right hash. Argot going to take the shotgun, trips left, receiver right with the screen pass left across the 45, 50 to Lovington territory down at the 44-yard line. It should be about 11, depending on the spot. Got a somersaulted after the catch.
Yeah, Ethan Van Landingham on the reception there, and he you know, he was kind of awkward because all of a sudden he sees a defender go by him on one side. Defender comes straight up the field. Receiver on the outside did a great job just blocking him away from the play.
First down for the Eagles. They'll have it now at the 45. Make it the 44 of the Wildcats. They got trips right, receiver left. Waiting for shotgun is Argot along with the backer, Baeza. Turns and fires a screen to the right side. Catch is made at the 46. Angling to the right, 40, 35, 30, 25, and finally shoved out of bounds. And that will be a first down pickup for Caden Trevino.
And this crew sure likes the holding calls. We've seen a lot of them this game, a lot more than we've seen any game previously.
Yeah, and unfortunately, got to go back to the 37-yard line is where the flag went down. Yeah, it's got to go against the Eagles, as you mentioned. So,
well, on that play, I wish we'd had a check with me on, because they only had two defenders covering 3 receivers, and there was no safety over the top. Lovington was misplaced, but nobody saw it, and they couldn't change the play. There wasn't a check down.
Penalty count right now for the Eagles, 4 total for 35 yards. No penalties yet against the Lovington Wildcats. So that pass play all for naught as they back it up to the 47 to bring up a first down and 13 now. But they're still in Lovington territory, are the Eagles. Trips left, one receiver right. 22-12 your score. Hobbs leading by 10 with 8:53 left, second quarter. Argot went underneath the center, then backed out of it as he looks back over to Baez on his left shoulder to the backfield. A shotgun, fakes the screen left. He's going to fade it out to the far sideline over the shoulder. A catch is made, coming back for it at the 20-yard line from the 44 to the 20. That'll be a 24-yard reception on that far left side.
And I think that was Van Landingham again, and that was a play that Lovington was there. They read that perfectly, defended it perfectly. They just didn't go up for the ball.
So 24 yards on the reception.
Van Landingham.
So that's going to give the first down for the Eagles. And for him, that'll be his second for 35 yards. Second first down for the Eagles. Back to pass. Argot sends it over the left corner of the end zone. Back pedal the catch right in the numbers. Touchdown, Eagles.
Nice little well-designed play. Defender couldn't get turned around quick enough. Touchdown.
I believe that was Baez open as he backpedaled toward the back line, left side of the end zone, and scores. So 20-yard pass play. The Eagles back up on the scoreboard.
Yeah,
going to make it 28-12, 16-point lead with 8:26 remaining as we wait the PAT. Snap is good. Kick is up. And it is good inside the right upright as converting for the Eagles is Nathan Almanza. 8:26 left, second quarter. Hobbs up by 17 now, 29-12 over Lovington. You're listening to Hobbs Eagle Football live on Cool 95.7, HobbsAmerica.com, and YouTube on the Hobbs Sports Channel.
You're clear. Do you want a 60 or a 30?
60, please.
Okay. $30. $15. 10. 5. 3, 2, 1. Go.
Kickoff for the Eagles. They'll keep it on the ground. Scooped at the 30 left side. Brought up the middle. 35, 40, 45, 50. Or actually 49 as the knee goes down on the return for the Wildcats by Ryan Weiser. Another good field position start for Lovington. And we've been seeing that for both teams back and forth. It's both near midfield on almost every possession in this first half. 8:19 left, second quarter. Hobbs with their biggest lead at 17, 29-12.
Yeah, the Eagles have done a great job of changing the momentum in this game. This is going to be a telltale drive. If Lovington's going to fight and stay in it, it's going to have to be right now.
Correction on the touchdown reception. We'll go with Jeremiah Jaquez after making a 20-yard backpedal score on the back line for the Eagles. And bear with us on these numbers. Very hard to see in any part of the field, at least the Hobbs squad here with those lemons on the back of the jerseys. First and 10 for Lovington at their own 49, trailing by 17. Shotgun Aranda, double hand pitch left, trying to cut it back, but met at the line of scrimmage and thrown down. Sidearm that time, and not much going on trying to get to the outside. The original was Kemon Ochoa. He'll be lucky to even get back to line of scrimmage.
And C.J. Romero read that play the whole way. As soon as the ball was snapped, Romero took a high route, and he got outside shoulder on that back, and man, he just took that play down.
Boy, Coach, in terms of 8 carries so far, on a total of 5 of those, either -1 or 0 for Ochoa. He started off with that 8, and again, numbers are not going good for him. Second down and 11 now from the Lovington 48-yard line. They'll send 3 receivers right. Run in the backfield with one setback, waiting for that shotgun. Takes it, fakes the hand up, throws a comeback route to the near sideline. Catch is made and drug down hard. Adam Sanchez near the sideline in front of the Lovington Wildcat bench on the left. And I don't even know if he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage on that one. That would be still for no gain, it looks like. Maybe a -1, actually.
Yeah, I think they lost one on that. Bryson Avila quickly reading that and coming up and making the tackle in the backfield.
That's the first catch of the season for Sanchez. -1, as we mentioned. So things kind of going backwards now for the Wildcats. Trying to make up a 17-point deficit. Led early 6-0 off a 21-yard pass in the first quarter with 4:24 remaining. Eagles with back-to-back touchdowns. 51-yard pass to Trevino, 34-yard run to Baeza. And then Lovington scored again, and then 2 more scores for the Eagles. 3rd down and 12 now for Wildcats at the 47. Back to pass, 3-step drop for Aranda. He'll fade it down the near sideline, and the receiver gets shoved in the back, falling forward. The official way behind him, and finally gets a flag. I think the back judge had to come over and help out with that call, and throws it to the near sideline as the line judge is about 20 yards behind the play. Would not have been in position to make that PI call.
Yeah, and referee's coming over to let him know what he did wrong. And that play, I mean, he was running with them. They were running side by side, but contact was coming from both guys. It wasn't as if he was dragging him or into him.
So the PI got to go against the Eagles. That's their 4th penalty so far. Make it 5, 5 penalties for 50 yards. Wildcats have not been dinged once in this ball game, and that will be a first down for the Lovington squad. That's their 5th of the contest as they move into Hobbs territory thanks to a yellow handkerchief. It'll be at the 38-yard line. Clock down to 7:16 second quarter. Hobbs up 29-12.
Looks like only one team has to do laundry tonight.
That's definitely the case. The Wildcats will take some time in the huddle. They've converted 3 passes so far for 86 yards. Or correction, they've completed 5 passes. Rolling right around out of the shotgun. He's back at the 45. He has to throw it on the back of his foot there and throws it out of bounds on the far side into first down territory, but no chance for a catch. There's a flag in the backfield. Probably a holding call, Coach.
Yeah, I believe that is. And, you know, the linebacker Cameron Hernandez had a bead right off the snap on the rollout. And the only thing that tackle could do was reach out and grab his jersey and try to prevent him from mauling the quarterback. And that's going to end up being a penalty.
And the deep rollout from Aranda made it even worse because the penalty is 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and you mark it from there, which that just makes it worse and worse, getting the shovel out and digging a hole there.
Yeah, absolutely. Turns a play that would have been 0 on an incomplete pass to -17.
So incomplete, but -10 on the holding penalty. As the Eagles go ahead and take the penalty instead that time.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good chunk of field right there.
That's the first penalty of the game for the Wildcats. Back to the 45-yard line now. Be a first down and 27. Back in their own side of the field. 4-man front for the Eagles. Pass on the curl, caught at the 50-yard line into Hobbs territory once again. And boy, almost a helmet-to-helmet contact. Late flag from the Whitecap. Sideline official didn't call it. The Whitecap from the deep backfield makes the call on the targeting. Helmet-to-helmet contact on that one.
Yep. And he was being held up by 2 guys, and they come in and hit. And, you know, Singleton come in trying to just make a play. And unfortunately, a football play that for, 50 years has been a normal football play is now a play that can almost get you kicked out of the game.
Anson Marquez gets a 10-yarder on that one, his second catch for 22 total. So that'll be the 5th reception, or 6th reception for the Wildcats. And that should be a tack on of 15 yards on the targeting. Helmet-to-helmet look that time. And again, that could get somebody hurt. You got to be careful about those.
Yep, automatic first down as well.
So Hobbs Eagles racking up the penalties, a total of 6 so far for 65 yards. Then move it up to the 30-yard line in the left hash for the Wildcats in Hobbs Eagle territory. 6:58 left, second quarter. 29-12 Hobbs over Lovington. Wildcats again taking some time as their quarterback heads to the sideline to get the play call from Coach Gonzalez and heads back to the huddle. Eagles will bring the 4 to the front line once again. 3 receivers head right for the blue and white and 1 to the left side. Aranda has 1 man behind him, and that is Ochoa. Gives it to Ochoa, stumbles for just a second, lost his footing, but then angles right, gets to the middle of the field, but down to the 29. Not much on that one, and a little delay as his kind of leg buckled there. It's only going to give him about a 2-yard pickup. Oh, boy, a liberal spot that time. So he does get almost 3 yards, make it 2.5.
Yeah, Cassius Martinez on the defense there for the Eagles. He's a defensive tackle.
After those first 2 carries for Ochoa in the game, he had 8 and 4, 12. Not since then. He hasn't even gotten anything more than 2 yards on any carry since. So definitely after 9 carries, going to have to be thinking about what he's going to do differently in the second half. Breaking the huddle, 2nd down and 8 now from the 28-yard line of the Eagles. Wildcat football, twins left and right. Aranda back in the shotgun. Gets a good snap, 3-step drop, steps up in the pocket, fades route to the far right sideline, but overthrows his receiver. Heading towards the pylon for the Wildcats was Matthew Garcia, but he had double coverage out there by the Eagle defense.
Yeah, both Finnegan and Hector Armendariz were able to get there. And Armendariz had a pretty good beat on it. If that ball would have been accurate, I think he'd had a play on it.
Lovington's attempted 13 passes so far and converted 6 of those, so 6 of 13 in the passing game. And you don't see no intimidation out there by the quarterback, Aranda. He's getting a little bit of time to throw the football. Kind of a sidewinder when he lets go of it, but he's had some people trying to get open for the Wildcats. And they have had a couple of catches for Marquez for 22, a 45-yarder to Gonzalez, 21 to Ochoa, and 13 to Garcia. So all 5 out of the 6 passes have been double-digit ones.
Yeah, and the coaching staff from Lovington, I think that was a busted play because they were chewing a guy coming off the field.
3rd and 8 from the 28. Shotgun Aranda throws it to the post route. It's a low one. Diving attempt at the 15. We're going to see if they're going to call that a catch. Marquez gets the catch. 13-yard pickup for him.
They keep the chains moving. 5:38 on the clock. They're trying to cut this down to a one-score game.
3rd catch for Marquez. He's got 35 yards. So over 11 plus so far on each catch for him. And Coach Gonzalez, every time a big play like that, he's throwing his fist in the air. He's gung-ho right now.
Oh, he runs out on the field. He's in referees' faces. He's in players' faces. He's a very excitable coach.
Pacing back and forth. And he usually backs up about 30 yards behind the play, then takes a run down the sideline once something positive happens on the offense. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at the Eagle 15-yard line, left hash. Aranda puts a man in motion, left to right, back to pass, 5-step drop, back of the 25, make it 7. Rolls left now to the near sideline, throws it before going out of bounds, and just unloads it. They might have called the cornerback for maybe holding from behind. That looked like an uncatchable ball. That's not really a rule in the high school ranks, but that's kind of a close call there. Pass was intended for Anson Marquez and well over his head, and barely maybe had his hands flat on the back of the receiver that time, but they're going to call a PI on that. That's pretty tic-tac.
Yeah, they're talking about it. You know, they're having their convention at the Holiday Inn tonight.
So waiting to see what we got here on the call.
Big Oliver Hill did a great job of flushing him out of the pocket, chasing him to the sidelines.
Coach Gonzalez is out there discussing the whole thing with the officials, 3 of them talking to him, and I'm sure Coach Stevens would like to know if he could be a part of the party there. Still haven't had a signal up here to the booth yet.
Looks like it's going against Lovington.
Unless a illegal man downfield's a call there. That's a 5-yarder. 2nd penalty of the ball game for Lovington for 15 total. That'll back it up to the 20-yard line. That is a loss of down, too. That should be a 2nd down.
I think this is a great time to bring the blitz. You got a short field, less area to cover. You got a passing up down because it's 1st and 15. Be smart to call a control blitz.
Ball close to the left hash. Need to get down to the 5-yard line for a 1st down. Trips left, 2 receivers right. This time it's going to be Aranda by himself in the backfield on a 4-man front for the Hobbs Eagles. A man in motion left to right to make it trips right. 3-step drop. Aranda flushed out of the pocket, rolls right to the far right sideline. Tries to throw it to the post route, and the receiver went down. Eagles getting a chance for an INT around the 15-yard line, but the ball goes down low.
Hector Armendariz in coverage back there, and really he had the time initially. He had the blocks up front, but he decided to roll out and didn't really need to. And at that point, it kind of broke down. They started pursuing him a little bit from the secondary.
Wildcats 7 of 15 in the passing game. Still facing a 2nd down and 15. Ball at the 20-yard line. Clock is now at 3:56 after the incomplete stopped, and Wildcats trailing your Eagles 29-17, down by 17 in this game. Or 29-12, down by 17. As they break the huddle, they'll send 3 receivers left and 2 to the right side. Ron again by himself in the backfield. Takes a 5-step drop back at the 30, dampening with his legs, throws down the middle, post route, wide open the middle of the end zone, but overthrows the receiver who got past 2 deep defenders for the Eagles, intended for Matthew Garcia, incomplete near the middle of the end zone.
He had about 2 steps on Chisholm, who tried to come over from the safety position to make the coverage, and that ball was just delivered a little bit too far.
Again, that's that number 6 that we saw earlier tonight. Don't have the number on the roster for him. We'll try to see if we can find out who that is. So now 7 of 16 are the Wildcats. Clock again stopped on the incomplete. 30-49 left in the first half. 3rd down and 15 for the Wildcats. Critical play is Coach Gonzalez having a long talk with his other coaches and keeping his quarterback on the sideline, and they will call the timeout as the play clock got down to 6 seconds. He wants to have a little bit more time to try to get in a scoring position. 3:49 left, second quarter. It's Hobbs 29, Lovington 12. We're back in 60 on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
You're clear.
Can you check is our internet sound okay?
Yes.
Thank you.
$30. $15. $5. 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back to Erlacher Field. It is 29-12. Your Eagles up on the Lovington Wildcats. 3:49 here left in the second. Here's the voice of the Eagles, Ty Friend.
Coach Gonzalez taking a little bit more time to think about this play call. Pretty big one here as the Wildcats have given up 2 touchdowns in a row to the Eagles. They trail 29-12, 3:49 left their second quarter. Trips left, 2 receivers right. Once again, in the backfield by himself, Aranda. 5-step drop, back to the 30, going to throw the corner route and overthrows his receiver at the 5-yard line. Diving in the air, trying to get one hand up for the catch was Ryan Weezer, but could not come down with it on another incompletion. 3 incomplete passes in a row. Big decision for Coach Gonzalez now. Coach Coltrane, it's now going to be a 4th down and 15. They go back to the 20, so that would be about a 37-yard field goal.
Yeah, you're going for it here. You're deep in territory. You're down 2 scores. You got to go for it.
And it looks like the quarterback's going to come from the sideline once again after getting the play call as he's going to set up the offense. And some little bit of overthrown passes in the last couple here for Aranda. Had a guy open in the middle of the end zone. That one on the sideline was very close. Would have been a pretty hard catch to make, even if it was on the numbers. They got 4 receivers on the right, 1 on the left side. Long snap count for Aranda. Back to pass to the 30-yard line of the shotgun. Throws it deep to the back line. It's overthrown the receiver, who somersaulted at the back line. Had 3 defenders in front of him, too. Kind of a dangerous throw in the coverage that time. It's incomplete to Matthew Garcia.
And it's turned over on downs. Hobbs will take the ball up on the 20-yard line here. It'll be 1st and 10 at 3:35. They're going to try to go down and score here.
Yeah, I think they have a little bit of urgency, too. Would you be happy with a 17-point lead at half?
Never. No. This is a game where you thought, could be over at halftime. You're kind of going in thinking that. The players were sure feeling it. Now that Lovington's close, you really got to make a point here.
1st down and 10 from the 20. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Double setbacks along with Argot. Got to be careful with my quarterbacks. We got an Aragon, and we got an Aranda and an Argot from Bumble Nose all night long. Trips right, receiver left now. Makes the handoff, does Argot. He wants to throw down the middle. Seam route, a wobbler over the shoulder, and looked like the receiver might have got pushed in the back at the mid-stripe there. They're not going to call that one, and we got somebody that's not a happy camper for the Eagles, and he's running off the field. I don't know what happened here. Oh, the football he's chasing down. I thought he got hurt, but
No, he went to get the football.
Trevino.
That's Caden Trevino, and he had himself a good argument there because he's kind of backing up on the ball. He kind of peeled off, and the Lovington defender just grabbed his jersey and jerked him down as the ball was arriving.
That was the cornerback, Matthew Garcia, the guy that he's tried to throw to on the offense, and unfortunately didn't come down for the Wildcats with the catch there in the end zone. 2nd down and 10 down from the 20. Eagles back looking at the sideline to get the call. Twins left and twins right for Hobbs. Baez is going to sit on the right shoulder of Argot in the backfield, waiting for the shotgun snap. Turns and fires the comeback route. Caught at the 20, 25, far sideline, 30, and it might be short of the 1st down. Not sure if he got the extra 1 yard he needed for the 1st down.
There may have been Van Landingham out there again.
That's going to be, look like they're going to give him 8 on the play. So Van Landingham has his 3rd catch for 43 yards.
And that was not, there's another receiver out there. I can't tell who it is.
Going to be a 3rd down and 3 for the Eagles at their own 27. Clock down to 3:20 left here in the second. He did get out of bounds to stop the clock. Twins left and right again. Waiting for that shotgun is Argot. Takes the snap, turns and fires to the right side. Catch by Hawkins at the 25, 30, 35. Gets a block, 40, 45, and tripped up in the last second and rolls ahead to the 47-yard line.
Nice little pitch and catch there. Hawkins getting up the field. On the previous play, it was Evan Ortega making the catch.
19 yards on that next catch there. So 19 on the books and 3 first downs for the Eagles.
Hobbs really moving the ball efficiently here. We're still 3:09 on the clock.
Now at the 45-yard line. They'll put trips left, receiver right. Fake the handoff. Argot steps up in the pocket. He's going to throw this one down the near sideline over the shoulder, but he was out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Did make the catch, and he was telling the official, hey, that's a good catch, right? But unfortunately, he was a couple of steps out of bounds on the sideline for the Lovington side right. On the incomplete, they're going to call that one for the Eagles, and that was Saul Armendariz on the reception attempt.
Luckily for Lovington, they had about 6 referees on that sideline because a bunch of people started making the call and telling the referee what to do. And I think that was Hawkins number 2 that was on that one reception attempt.
So that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 now for the Eagles at their own 45-yard line. Up by 17, shotgun. Delay fake handoff, coming to the right instead is Argot. 50, 45, 40, 35, 30 on the near sideline, 20, 15, 1 to beat. He gets tripped by a shoelace. The ball comes out at the 10-yard line for a big first down pickup.
And Matthew Garcia saving the touchdown there. He was able to just get one finger, probably the pinky, inside that shoelace and pull him down.
45-yard pickup for Argot. He had a 50-yard touchdown run earlier in this half. And that'll be the 4th first down for the Eagles in the red zone at the right hash 10-yard line. The last chance to get a first down. Clock's running at 2:35. They're going to say, guess he didn't get out of bounds. I guess the knee went down inbounds. Shotgun coming to the right hash. Argot going to hand off to Baez. It heads outside. 10-5. Touchdown. He went untouched for the score.
And that was Saul Armendariz.
6 points coming on the scoreboard for the Eagles to get it back up to 23, their biggest lead of the ball game.
Yep, Saul Armendariz on the carry there, and there wasn't anybody in sight. Once they handed him the ball, it was like the Red Sea had parted. I think Moses was on the offensive line there.
So that's going to be the 3rd rushing touchdown for the Eagles. First score for Armendariz, and that will be a PAT attempt here, up by 23 of the Eagles. Kick is up, and the kick is inside the left upright. As you can count that one, put it in the books for Nathan Almanza. 2:23 left, second quarter. It's Hobbs 36, Lovington 24. Back in 60 on HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube Hobbs Sports Channel, and don't forget Cool 95.7.
You're clear. Thirty. 15. 10. 5. 3, 2, 1, go.
Ready for a Hobbs Eagle kickoff, leading 36-12, a 24-point lead. They'll keep it on the ground, skirts across the 30, fumbled for a second, picked up at the 35, 40, 45, and down to the 47, thrown forward. So once again, here we go, inside the 40-yard line. Every single play or series in this ballgame returned by Ryan Weezer, and the Wildcats will have it at their own 47-yard line, but they got a hole to dig out of, down by 24 with 2:16 remaining. Not a lot of time to get in the end zone, Coach.
Nah, well, 2:16 from where you're at, actually there is a lot of time. You still have some timeouts left, too.
But definitely got to make good use of their sidelines, get out of bounds. Again, as you mentioned, 2 timeouts left for the blue and white. They break their huddle, do the Wildcats, come up to the line. At the 48, 1st and 10 on the left hash. Eagles have set 4 in the box front for the defense. Twins left and right, shotgun. Ronda's going to dance left to the near left sideline. Tucks goes to the 45, zigzags out of bounds and steps out of the 49. A lot of side running that time. Only gets 2 net on the carry for the quarterback.
Zayden McPherson gets credited with the tackle or pushing him out of bounds.
Only the 3rd carry of the game for Aranda. He's got 7 yards total on 3 carries. And that actually gets back to the 48, so maybe no gain on the play that time.
Hobbs Eagles getting enough pressure to make him think he had to run. There was nobody open downfield. He didn't have anybody to toss it to, so good coverage all around.
So they moved the ball back a little bit, so no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 now from the 48 for the Wildcats. Did get out of bounds and stop the clock at 2:09. Pair of receivers left and right for the Wildcats. Shotgun. Back to passes Aranda. He'll step up in the pocket, fires it down the middle on the spiral, but the receiver more off to the left. The ball closer to the left hash. And got through 2 defenders that time, but incomplete, well overthrown. It's happened several times off the arm of Aranda. So the incomplete for the Wildcats.
And I think Chisholm thought that he was going to have a beat on that. He stepped up and realized the ball was going over his head. He had to turn around and try to catch that receiver afterwards. And had it been on target, that may have been a bad situation.
Pass intended for Marquez. He's had 3 catches so far for 35 yards and leads the Wildcats in the reception game. 3rd down and 10 now for the Wildcats at their own 48. They trail Hobbs 36-12 with 2:03 remaining. And while the Wildcats have kept the clock stopped, but not the way they want to do it, a no gainer, and then also a incomplete pass on that one. Back
Hobbs,
up. Go ahead.
Hobbs looking to bring some pressure here.
Trips right, very close to the line of scrimmage. Rolling right is Aranda back to the 40. He wants some distance to the far right sideline. Now he throws it before he goes out of bounds and throws it right in the turf. That would have been about 3 yards shy of the first down regardless. And they have a receiver went down hard, and it looks like he's hunched over at this point. They'll have to stop the game, and now they finally get him up. Oh, I think he got a left knee possibly.
That's Angel
buckled.
Gonzalez, number 87, and he kind of, they both went down for the ball, and he got landed on as they were trying to get the ball. The defender landed on him, and I think that's his leg. He tried to get up and run off the field, be a tough kid that he is, but yeah, he's in a lot of pain.
The receptions have pretty much dropped us for quite a few minutes here for the Wildcats. They're now 7 of 20 in the passing department. Although they had those 3 connects to Marquez, he's doing the yeoman's chore of 35 yards. 21 for Ochoa, 45. As we're going to take a break here, they're going to take a few minutes to get off the field as he is limping pretty heavy. They have to have some help. We'll take a quick 30-second break. Eagles up by 24.
You're clear. Ten. 5. 3, 2, 1, go.
We come back live here at Wildcat Stadium in Lovington. Ty Friend, Coach Brian Coltrane with you. 1:55 remaining in the second as they bring off Angel Gonzalez for the Lovington Wildcat receiving corps. Went down with a leg injury. Wildcats facing a 4th down and 10 from their own 48, down by 24 with 1:55 left in the half. Now the Wildcats take a timeout as they were kind of waiting to see what the defense was going to give them and reset the play for Coach Gonzalez as, again, last hurrah here in the first half for the Wildcat offense.
Yeah, they lined up like they wanted to throw the ball, and they realized that Hobbs is already in their regular defense. There ain't no reason to try to get 10 yards here because if you give Hobbs the ball on the 48-yard line, they're going to go down and score again on you in a minute 55. So it only took us about 55 seconds last series to score.
They got 2 huddles out there right now. The offense for the timeout and then the whole rest of the team with a big huddle. I don't know what they're talking about, just to keep up the momentum to try to get back in this ball game, I guess. But big play for the Wildcats. Can try to stay alive, but they're getting a first down here. They only have 1 timeout left.
They're going to punt the ball. They're not going to try to go for a first down here.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think possibly a fake punt. I mean, you're not just going to come out with a straight offensive set.
I wouldn't risk it here. I think Hobbs is setting up on defense. A fake punt would be silly because Hobbs is actually running a regular defense against you.
But you are down by 24, which about 4 possessions right now with the lead. Wildcats back out of the field, and it looks like they got their quarterback talking to the huddle still, Aranda, but he's been lining up even in that punt formation as well.
They're going to go for it.
Yep. So how much do you owe me, Coach? I didn't say this, so I thought it'd be a fake punt.
No, I didn't tell you they wouldn't do it. I told you I don't think they should do it.
I'm on the record. I got it right. Back to pass. Aragon steps up. Aranda, rolls right, throws an out route, passes the receiver at the 40. That would have been a first down, about a 12-yard pickup, but it overthrows him to that far sideline. And that's been happening quite a bit lately. Incomplete, as the pass was intended for Ryan Weezer.
And they did exactly what I said they were going to do. Give the Hobbs the ball in a situation where it's going to be very easy for us to go down and score with a $1:48 on the clock.
Yep, so definitely some good field position for the Eagles. And again, could add on to the 24-point lead here. On the right hash, Hobbs on that far sideline as we see the Hobbs Eagle band have got their cell phones out with the light flashlights on and kind of trying to get in the face of the quarterback. That's why they had those up there. There's a little confusion on that far side for the receiver, too. First and 10 from the Lovington 48, Hobbs football. Trips left, one receiver right. Shotgun for Argot. Long, hard count here as he looks back to the sideline. Going to change up the play with 6 seconds on the play clock. Got to hurry up with the snap here and gets it. One step drop. Dances around a little bit. Post route down the middle. It's picked off for the Wildcats at the 27-yard line, right in the middle of the football field.
And, that was a play. It was a check with me. They saw something, switched plays. Lovington was expecting it. Their coach, as soon as the play started to switch, he had a counter call, and they shuffled that safety right there into that spot.
INT picked up by Camon Ochoa. Of course, he also plays running back for the Wildcats. That's the first turnover for the Hobbs Eagles in this ball game. We said Hobbs had a big advantage with the takeaways. They had 13 up to this game, and that's the first one they've given up in this contest. So now 141 left, but Wildcats have a lot of field to make up. They got the 28-yard line, so got to hurry up with 72 yards to get here in 141. They trail by 24.
Only have one timeout left as well.
Shotgun to Aranda, 4-step drop, shaking his feet. Now he's going to throw down the middle with a nice spiral into coverage zone. Ball comes ricocheting off at the Eagle 30. Jumping up in the air for it, getting a piece of it. Anson Marquez, the receiver. I think it might have hit a piece of a Hobbs Eagle defender back deep as well.
Yeah, you had Hector Armendariz there. You had Bryson Avila there. Chisholm was there and had the best beat on the ball, but again, he stepped forward when the ball was in the air, thinking it was going to be short, and again it was over his head. He had the best play on the ball, but he's not making a good read when it's in the air. He needs to go further back and come forward for the ball at the end.
Second down and 10 now from the 28 of the Wildcats. Clock stopped with 1:33 remaining in the second. Eagles up by 24. Hobbs came in with a 3-0 record, and the Wildcats at 0-3, so opposite ends at this point early in the season. But the Wildcats showing some promise here. Trips right, receiver left, shotgun. Aranda going to fake the handoff, takes it himself around the left end, heading to the far sideline, near sideline, 30, angles out of bounds. A couple Eagles go down with him right from the Lovington bench. It looks like a hurt Eagle defender in the backfield, still holding down and trying to get himself off the turf.
That's an arm injury. You can tell his arm is hanging out there, and he's having a hard time walking off. Let's see what it is.
That was an 8-yard pickup for the quarterback, Aranda. That's his fourth carry of the ball game for 13 yards.
And the injured Eagle is Boston Hatfield.
He got through for just a second, but the run came around the left side, so he was kind of looking around the backfield to see who he could grab onto there and took a big hit to the ground. Clock stopped with 1:26 remaining for the Wildcats. They're going to have make it a 3rd down and 2 now at their own 36-yard line. Going back to the huddle is Aranda to get the play call to his squad. And taking some time, making sure they get the right call that they want here. Get a chance to get a score before the half.
I wouldn't doubt that they put this on the ground.
Lone receiver right. Couple of receivers left side right next to the line of scrimmage. Shotgun. Aranda dances backwards, rolls left, throws it a high out route and right into the Lovington Wildcat bench, high over the 40-yard line, as the pass was intended for Anson Marquez.
And Bryson Avila with the deflection there on the good coverage.
Lovington now 7 of 23 in the passing game. And that will stop the clock again. 1:21 remaining and 4th down and 2. Again, you're kind of in a dangerous zone here, Coach. Is this definitely a punt? No question.
I would punt it again from here, no question. I mean, last time they went for it, it didn't work for him. This time they only need 2 yards, but they don't get the 2 yards. We're on the 36-yard line going the other way.
And plenty of time for Hobbs to score. They look like they're running a regular offensive play. They can do a hard count, though, try to get a 5-yard penalty. Eagles at the left defensive end. Did he go off? Yes, he did. They're going to call the foul.
Yeah.
Exactly what they were baiting him for, and unfortunately, that's going to be a 5-yard penalty, more than enough for the first down.
And it was Romero out there. He thought he had a good beat on that snap count. Took one step forward and it was just too far.
That'll be the 7th first down for the Wildcats. 7 penalties against the Eagles for 70 yards. And just 2 for 15 for the Lovington. Hobbs not helping themselves with the handkerchiefs on the field. 1st and 10 now from the 41 of the Wildcats. They have 1:21 remaining in the second quarter. Down by 24, though.
If we keep attributing all this laundry, we're probably going to have to do a second load.
Receiver 1 to the right side. Couple receivers bunched up to the line of scrimmage left. Shotgun low for Aranda. 4-step drop. Has pressure. Throws the out route over the shoulder. Caught at the 45 and run out of bounds. That will be a first down pickup. 16 yards on the reception for Ryan Weezer.
Weezer did a great job getting on the outside corner there. And Zayden McPherson was trying to stay underneath that. He looked back at the quarterback, and Weezer took an extra couple of steps past him, and that's when the pass got completed.
First reception for Weezer, 16 yards. That's 8 first downs for the Wildcats. They've had 6 different receivers making catches in this game so far. Hobbs has only had 3 receivers come down with catches and 3 for Van Landingham. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at the Eagle 43-yard line. Clock to 1:14 left in the second. Still stop the clock. Twins left and right, or make it twins left, trips right. Shotgun to Aranda by himself. He's going to get away from pressure, rolling right, way deep at the 50, to the far right sideline. Heading out of bounds, it throws in the last second, and near the first down mark, but right into the stick there, incomplete. And he just wanted to unload that one, not to take a sack in the backfield.
And I'm not sure if that was Isaiah Jackson or Isaac Finnegan on the coverage over there. It's hard to see the number, but looks like it was Finnegan. Did a great job of just jumping in front of it and knocking it down.
Trying to get open on that far right sideline. Weezer again, incomplete. So now the Wildcats with 8 completions on 25 attempts. And now they're facing a 2nd down and 10 from the Eagle 43-yard line. Wildcats taking a little bit more time in the huddle with the clock stopped. That's been kind of their advantage here on this series, too. They've had some breaths to take after incomplete passes and getting out of bounds. Twins left and right. Aranda's going to take the shotgun, low snap, 4-step drop behind the 50. He's waiting for somebody to get open. Post route down the middle and overthrows his receiver at the 10-yard line. In double coverage, got through the seam for just a split second, but an overthrown ball intended for Matthew Garcia.
Yeah, and Garcia was had somebody kind of in his hip pocket right there, and that was a throw that was probably the smartest place you could have put it.
Clock is stopped again at 55 seconds. This second quarter has really drug along here. 3rd down and 10 now for the Wildcats at the Hobbs Eagle 43-yard line. So just under a minute left here in the first half. Big band production coming up at halftime for the Wildcat band. Of course, the Hobbs Eagle pep band's here. I think some of you know over there tonight.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Hobbs didn't bring their full band tonight. They just brought their pep band, but, man, they're playing loud for a small band.
No performance at halftime for them, though, unfortunately. Twins left and right, shotgun low, getting a hand on his Aranda. He's going to roll right again, throws it on the run, and out of bounds. And he got outside the blocking zone, so it's not an illegal grounding there. That's a new rule this year, but he was so far back.
Oh, you know, what they're throwing the flag for, as he was throwing the ball, Singleton put his hand on his shoulder in jersey and started dragging him down. He throws the ball with Singleton holding on to him, and they're going to get Singleton for roughing the passer.
Yep, 15-yard penalty. And that's from the line of scrimmage, so that means it will be a first down for Lovington. So another whacked 15 against him. That's the 3rd 15-yard penalty the Eagles have had in this ball game.
And that one's horrible. I mean, it's the targeting call was a good call on Singleton. That one right there, Singleton's trying to drag him down as he throws it. Singleton does not have any ability to see what that ball is thrown out there because you're engaged with the person pulling him down. Yes, there was 3 more steps, but the entire 3 steps, Singleton was actually holding on to the quarterback, tackling him the entire time.
And Coach Coltrane just showed me visually what was happening. You can't see it right now, but he showed me right here in the booth what this took place. 8 penalties, 8 penalties for 85 yards against the Eagles. That will be the 9th first down for the Wildcats after moving ahead to the Eagle 28. And, boy, it gets them closer. 50 seconds left here in the second quarter, and they're knocking at the door at the Eagle 28 left hash. Trips right, 1 receiver left, shotgun for Aranda. Takes a good snap, 4-step drop, stays pocket. Back and pedaling even more to the 40. He's going to roll right, throw an out route to the 21, and nailed hard after a catch. Be about a 7-yard reception, but some good recovery there by the cornerback.
Yeah, they got there, and that receiver's going to fill that one in the morning. He's getting up kind of shaken up.
That's Weezer for 7 yards. 2 catches for 23 for Weezer. And it'll be a 2nd down and 3, and the Wildcats got to burn their last time out. They'll have the football at the Eagle 21. Got to get about 3 yards. 29 seconds left here in the second. We'll keep it right here, Coach. What's Coach Gonzalez telling his Cats troops right now?
Yeah, he's trying to figure out a way to get him in the end zone. He's going to have to talk about that protection because they're not bringing anybody. They're just bringing a 4-man rush, all 4 down linemen, and we're getting pressure on the quarterback and making him roll out. Problem is our coverage isn't able to hold for that amount of time because he is extending the play when he rolls out. So you got a little chess match going on here. You know, you're going to blitz him this time. Is he going to read the blitz, throw something underneath to get the extra yardage? Yeah, you got some X's and O's going on from both sides.
And the problem with the rollouts is they're deep rollouts. I mean, he's dropping back 10, 15, 20 yards and throwing off his back foot and just going towards the sideline, just having to unload it just not to get a sack.
Well, I'm going to say this. They're not rollouts. They're scrambles because it's not a design play. I mean, a rollout's a play where it's designed. You're going to do that. He's backing up. He's sitting down. He's going, oh, crud, I got to run. And then
but he's running the wrong way. I mean, he's running to the
he's
sideline.
trying to run for distance so that he can buy himself time. And he's doing that for the most part. But when he's running out of time, you know, he's putting himself in peril for a big sack.
At the same time, receivers aren't coming back to help either. They're standing their out routes way down the field and not giving him much of a target.
Yeah, that's true. That's a very good observation.
2nd down and 3 now from the 21-yard line. They got to get to about the 18 for the first down. On the right hash, clock down to 29 seconds left here in the first half. Hobbs still up by 24, 36-12. Twins left and right. Aranda going to wait for that shotgun. Brings the man in motion right to left to make it trips left. Low snap, able to dig it out of the turf. He'll throw it on his back foot and into the turf. Short of the first down, incomplete regardless. Some pressure coming in the backfield.
And that was Cedro Romero that got back there. This time he timed that snap very well and ended up getting right in that quarterback's face as he was releasing it. Incomplete pass.
Back again at the 21 for a 3rd down and 3 now. The Wildcats have a couple more plays, trying to get a first. Anything they try to get a first with need to be near the sidelines. They're out of timeouts. Hobbs has 3, but that won't really be a factor at this point, more than likely. They're going to wait for their quarterback to come from the sideline after talking to Coach Gonzalez, and that is Aranda as he jogs out to the huddle. According with all that back running he's been doing in the backfield, getting away from some pressure, I'm sure he's going to be trying to catch his breath at halftime. And I'm sure he's in good shape, though. Twins left and right. He'll stay back with 1 setback. 3-step drop, steps up in the pocket. He's going to load, corner route, left corner of the end zone, diving catch backward, and it comes squirting out of the hands, intended for Cadence Moore, who's backpedaling just a bit, had some pressure back there with him.
And Bryson Avila on the coverage, we said his name a lot, and he did a good job of getting his hand up in there, but a little shaken up on the play.
Right now, the Wildcats are now 9 of 29 in the passing game. And balls have been in the area, just a little bit overthrown at some points. A couple times receivers backpedaling, trying to get a grip on it. But big play here on a 4th down and 3. The problem is if you try to run and get tackled, you're not going to be able to stop the clock unless you spike it. But only 17 seconds left, Coach.
Yeah, and they're going to try to go to the end zone at this point. You know, 4th and 3, you know, you might try to go the under route, but you're not going to have a time to stop the ball. Might as well just go for the touchdown.
Twins left and right for Arandas. He's checking his receivers. It looks like the Eagles going to call timeout here defensively. And they kind of get their adjustments they need to make sure the Wildcats don't make it to the end zone. We'll take a quick 30-second break. It's Hobbs 36, Lovington 12, 17 seconds left in the first half, and we're back in half a minute.
You're clear. $15. 10. 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back to Brian Urlacher Field in Lovington, New Mexico. 36-12 your score. The Eagles up on the Wildcats. Here's the voice of the Eagles, Ty Friend.
Coach, Hobbs have been scoring a lot of points this season. They got 46 against Clovis, Artesia 69, Roswell 51. Do you think it's going to get big tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. You've already got 36 on the board. Why not go for 70?
So Wildcats are trying to come back and get some points for their side, down with 36-12 here. 17 seconds left in the first half. As they'll have it at the 21 of the Eagles. A 4th down and 3 situation for Coach Gonzalez in the blue and white. Wildcats out in the field now in their huddle, and they'll break it and come up to the line. They'll send a pair of receivers right and left. Aranda will be in the backfield, waiting for the shotgun. Takes a low snap. He gets pressure, throws it on the back leg to the first down marker on the far right sideline. This is going to be close. We'll see if he got forward progress out there. Needed 3, might be 2.5.
Yeah, I don't think he got it. That referee didn't move a step.
The catch was made near that far sideline. Kamon Ochoa.
And they've already marked it first down for the Eagles.
So they're only giving him 2 on that catch. It's the second for 23 total. The 10th reception for the Wildcats. And a total of 30 attempts. So that will not be a first down. The second turnover on downs for the Wildcats. Eagles have 12 seconds left. I'm thinking they're going to just have to kneel this one.
I would love to see a trick play here. Why don't you fake throwing it out like you're running a bubble and have the bubble guy throw a second pass? Why not?
You need to go to Las Vegas tonight, Coach.
Hey, you know.
Gambling a little bit there. 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line of the Eagles. Twins left, receiver right. Argot with the handoff, just going to run the clock out. Up the middle, though. Baeza breaks a tackle. 20 cuts back to the middle and gets out to the 29-yard line. And that will be about 9 yards. It should run out the clock here, unless they're going to call that a first down. 9-yard pickup, it looks like, for Baeza. That's his second carry for 43 yards, has a rushing touchdown as well. Now they'll restart the clock, and that'll be the last play of the first half. So the Eagles go to the break, up by 24, 36-12 over the home team, the Lovington Wildcats. We'll take a 3-minute break and come back with the Hobbs Eagle halftime show live on Cool 95.7, HobbsAmerica.com, and on YouTube, the Hobbs Sports page.
You're clear.